Okay, this is Purnachandra Reddy. So last class, last lecture, we discussed about classification of materials based on energy band diagram, especially that is forbidden gap. So in the classification, we discussed about, insulators, conductors, and semiconductors. Okay. Already, I hope everyone understood about what is insulator, what is conductor, and what is semiconductor. Okay, so now in this lecture we will discuss about current density in conductors. So already you know what is conductor. So the material which allows the flow of current or flow of electric current, you can say. Okay, so in general the conductor is having high conductivity. Because of high conductivity, it allows flow of electric current. So already we discussed about conductors based on energy band diagram. So in energy band diagram for conductors, the both valency band and conduction band, they overlap with each other. So that's why the conduction band is full of free electrons. Because of those free electrons, it allows electric current. Why? Because free electrons are responsible for electric current. Okay, so if you see here in this figure, this is nothing but conductor whose length is capital L, and the area of cross section of conductor is capital A. So I told you already, the current in conductor is because of electrons only. Okay, so in that way I am saying here the conductor is having capital N number of electrons. So capital N is the number of electrons in conductor, capital L is the length of the conductor, capital A is the area of cross section of the conductor. So by using all these terms, we are going to derive the current density in conductors. So current density is defined as the current per unit area. Okay, so that is current density, it is denoted with capital J. So normal current flowing through conductor is denoted with capital I, where A is the cross section of the area of cross section of the conductor. Okay, so J is equal to I by A, current per unit area. So if you see I, what are the units for current I? Already you know, you people know what is, what are the units for current? Current I units are amperes. So what are the units for the area of cross section? Meter square or centimeter square. So by using those two, now units for current density are ampere per meter square or ampere per centimeter square. Okay, why I am stressing on units? Because in examination units are also very much important. Why? Because they may get 1 mark or half mark per unit. Okay, okay. Next we will see what is current. Current I. So current I is defined as charge per unit time. I is equal to Q by T. For single electron, it is I is equal to Q by T. For the conductor is having capital N number of electrons. That's why here current I is defined as I is equal to capital N into Q by T. Capital N is the number of electrons present in conductor. Q is the charge of the electrons. T is the time. Okay, now next we will see what is time. So time required to reach electron from one end of the material to other end of the material. Okay, so now T is equal to L by Vd. L, what is L? L is the length. Length, Vd is the velocity of electrons. So if electrons, the time taken by the electrons to reach from one end of the conductor to the other end of the conductor is defined as time T. That is L is L by Vd. L is the length of the conductor. Vd is the velocity of electrons. Okay. Now we define one more term, that is velocity of electrons. So velocity of electrons, Vd is equal to mobility of electrons times applied electric field. Here mu is the mobility of electrons. Why I am saying only mobility of electrons? Because the current flow in conductors is because of only electrons. Okay, that's why I am saying mu is the mobility of electrons, where capital E is the electric field applied on conductor. Okay, when you apply electric field on conductor, the electrons starts moving from one end to the other end. So the movement of electrons, they responsible for current flow. That's why I is equal to Q by T, where T is equal to L by Vd. L is the length of the conductor, Vd is the velocity of the electrons, where Vd is equal to mu times E. That mu is the mobility of electrons, E is the applied electric field. So now when you put Vd in time t, when you substitute Vd, that is the velocity of electrons in time, t is then t becomes, already you know t is equal to L by Vd, where Vd is equal to mu times E. Now t becomes t is equal to L by mu times E. L is the, already you know L is the length of the conductor, the mu is the mobility, E is the applied electric field. Now next we'll see. So by using these two terms like time and velocity, we can get current I flowing through the conductor. I is equal to, already we know, Q by T, Nq by T for n number of electrons, Q by T for single electron. So where the T is equal to L by Vd, where Vd is equal to mu into E. If you substitute all these things in current I is equal to Nq by T, then current I becomes N into Q into mu into E by capital L. Here what is capital N, you know already, number of electrons in conductor. We don't have any holes in conductor. Okay. What is Q? You know what is Q? Q is the charge of the electron. Mu is the mobility of electron. Capital E is the applied electric field. What is L? Length of the conductor. Okay. So once you know all the current I, what is expression for current density? J is equal to I by A. So now current I, that is current flowing through the conductor, I is equal to NQ mu into E by L. When you put this current in current density J, that is expression J is equal to I by A, current density capital J becomes NQ mu times E divided by A into L. Already you know all these terms. Q is the charge of the electron, mu is the mobility of the electron, E is the applied electric field, A is the area of cross section of conductor, L is the length of the conductor, capital N is the number of electrons present in conductor. Okay, now by using this we can define one more term, that is electron concentration. Electron concentration is number of electrons per unit length, like capital N is defined as, small n is defined as capital N by A into L, where capital N is the number of electrons, A is the area of cross section of conductor, L is the length of the conductor. Now when you put this small n in J, that is current density expression becomes J is equal to NQ mu into E, where n is small n, where small n is the electron concentration, Q is the charge. You know already charge. What is the value of charge of electron? 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Mu is the mobility of electrons, E is the applied electric field. Okay. So by putting all these things, now J becomes capital J, that is current density of conductor, NQ mu times E. Next we define one more term, that is conductivity of the conductor. Okay, so in J we are having NQ mu into E. The NQ mu is nothing but conductivity of the conductor. Okay, means to calculate conductivity, we should know what is electron concentration, what is charge of electron, and what is the mobility of electrons. Once you know these three things, you can easily calculate conductivity of the material. Okay, now by using this conductivity expression, the current density capital J becomes J times sigma E. Why? Because we know already J is equal to NQ mu into E. In place of NQ mu, when you put sigma, then current density J becomes sigma times E. Here you can observe one more thing, like in some textbooks they follow, in place of E they use E, small e. Both are same only, no need to worry. Okay, there is small e is nothing but charge of electron. Here capital Q, small q is also nothing but charge of electron. Okay, don't worry about notation. Some textbooks they use small e for the charge. Some textbooks they use small q for charge. Now finally the current density expression J is equal to sigma times E. So here if you observe, so we starts with J is equal to I by A. Finally we arrived at J is equal to sigma times E. J is the, where capital J is the current density of conductor, sigma is the conductivity of the conductor, E is the applied electric field. Okay. So once you know conductivity, you can also find resistivity of the conductor. So why? Because these two are inversely proportional. So resistivity rho is equal to 1 by sigma, where sigma is the conductivity, rho is the resistivity of the conductor. So here if you see problems related to this current density in conductors, so very basic problems, they related to J is equal to I by A expression, or J is equal to sigma E. So in some problems they'll give current flowing through conductor and the area of cross section. They may ask for what is the current density of the conductor. At that time you have to use J is equal to I by A. So in some problems they may ask you to find out what is the conductivity of the conductor by giving current density and applied electric field. Here you have to observe units for sigma and E, where E is the applied electric field, the units are volts per meter. Sigma is the conductivity, the units are ohm, centimeter, whole inverse. Okay, so once you know units for conductivity, you can easily find units for resistivity. For resistivity, the units are ohm, centimeter. For conductivity, ohm, centimeter, whole inverse. For resistivity, ohm, centimeter. Okay. So in some problems they may ask you to find the conductivity by giving electron concentration and mobility. So once electron concentration, mobility is given, you can easily find sigma by using sigma is equal to nq mu. Why? Because q is already known, that is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Okay. So this is about current density in conductors. So next we will see basic problems related to current density in conductors. Before going to problems, we will see one more time, brief. So we start with J is equal to I by A, and by using current expression, that is I is equal to NQ by T, and T is equal to L by Vd, and Vd is equal to mu into E. Finally we arrived at J is equal to NQ mu into E. Okay. And by using conductivity, finally we arrived at J is equal to sigma E. Once you know sigma, you can easily find resistivity. Now next we will see basic problems. So if you clearly read this problem, what is problem? Determine the current density when 40 amperes of current is flowing through the battery in a given area of 10 meters square. If you clearly read this problem, it is very simple. Why? Because they are asking you to calculate the current density of the conductor by giving current and area. So already I told you, when current and area is given, which formula we have to use? We have to use J is equal to I by A, where J is the current density of the material, I is the current flowing through the conductor, A is the area of cross section of the conductor. Okay, here what is given? I is equal to 40 amperes. The current units already you know, amperes. And one more thing, that is area of cross section, that is area. What are the units for area? Meter square. So I is equal to 40 amperes and area A is equal to 10 meters square. We know already J is equal to I by A, current density. So when you put these two things in, J is equal to I by A, I is equal to 40, and I is nothing but current, A is nothing but area, 40 by 10, that is J becomes 4 amperes per meter square. Why? Because already I told you the units for current density are amperes per meter square. Why? Because J is equal to I by A. I units are amperes, A units are meter square. That's why the units are amperes per meter square. Okay. So next we will see one more problem related to current density in conductors. Here they are asking you to calculate the resistivity of the conductor in which the current density of 2.5 amperes per meter square is found to exist when an electric field of 15 volts per meter is applied on it. So here what is given? So the given things are like current density capital J is given and electric field, applied electric field capital E is given. So already we know when electric field and current density is given, how to calculate conductivity. We know J is equal to sigma times E, where sigma is equal to J by E. So here J is known, E is known, you can easily calculate conductivity. But they are asking you to calculate the resistivity. So before finding out resistivity, first of all we have to calculate conductivity by using sigma is equal to J by E. So here J is equal to 2.5 amperes per meter square and E is equal to 15 volts per meter. When you put these two things in sigma, sigma becomes 2.5 divided by 15. So that is nothing but 25 by 150. So that then sigma becomes 1 by 6. The units are already I told you. Ohm, centimeter, whole inverse. Once you know conductivity, you can easily find resistivity of the material or conductor. Sigma is equal to 1, rho is equal to 1 by sigma. So sigma already you know, that is 1 by 6. Then now rho becomes 1 by 6. Then it becomes 6 ohm centimeter. Okay, so I mean in general, since the course is very basic, that is basic electrical and electronics engineering, you means you don't expect any means advanced problems related to current density in conductors. Very basic problems only. So like substituting values in formula, that is J is equal to I by R, J is equal to sigma times E. Okay. So this is about current density in conductors. I hope everybody, I mean, clearly understood about this current density in conductors. So we starts with the conductor. What is conductor? Then length of the conductor capital L and area of cross section A and the number of electrons capital N. Then by using all these expressions, finally we arrived at J is equal to sigma E. So J is the current density, sigma is the conductivity, E is the applied electric field. Okay, in the next lecture we will discuss about now we clearly understood what is current density in conductors. By using this, now next we will see what is the current density in semiconductors. Okay, so in insulators already we know it doesn't allow any flow of current, whereas conductor it allows flow of current, whereas in conductors the current flow is only due to electrons. But when it comes to semiconductors, the current flow is due to both electrons and holes. So that's why there we will see current density due to electrons and current density due to holes. Okay, we will see in detail about current density in semiconductors in the next lecture. Thank you.